What's going on, guys? It's Silvio here and welcome to the channel. This is the first video on this channel, but for those of you that are not new to what I'm doing on YouTube, you know that I promised like 2 or 3 weeks ago that I'll be opening up a tech and gaming channel. So this is it. For those of you that are new here, thank you for passing by. Consider subscribing if you like what we're going to do today, and let's jump to the subject. For the starting video on this channel, we're going to build a PC from scratch. To sum up some of the components that we're going to use for today's video, we have an Intel i7-10700k, we have 32 gigs of RAM from G.Skill Trident Z Royal, we have an M.2 SSD from Samsung which is 970 EVO Plus, we have a Seagate Baracuda 2TB optical drive, we have the motherboard which is the ROG Strix Z490F Gaming, and last but not least we have a Corsair TX650 watt power supply which is 80 plus platinum. Jumping to my current setup for a little bit to discuss about the components that I currently have in it. We're having the CPU which is the i7-6700k, we have the motherboard which is the Asus Z170A series, we have a pair of 16 gigs of RAM from G.Skill Trident Z, we have the graphic card which is the RTX 2070 Super, we have a really old optical drive of 1TB and one SSD on the other side of the PC case, that's a 256 gigs, and last but not least we have the PC case which is the Corsair Carbide 540. And to cool this beast, I'm using the NZXT Kraken X62. Start off the process of adding this to my current setup, we will need to start with adding the hard drive to my current setup, just to move whatever I have on this optical drive to this one. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, we're going to do 2 consecutive builds today. So all my current components will go from there to here, plus this little guy, my previous GPU. Okay guys, so we are officially done. My room is a mess right now, but look at this beast resting. So let's take a few moments and celebrate the fact that we finished our first build for today, and then we're going to start the second one. I think you've noticed already, but there have been a few adjustments that I needed to do in order for everything to fit in. So it looks like if my AIO is with those tubes on this side, it cannot fit in due to the RAM, and I kind of had to twist it a bit. As you can see in here, the NZXT logo, it's upside down, but that doesn't really bother me. I just don't like how the cables had to be connected, like on this side, covering the RAM a little bit. One other thing that I didn't really like about this setup are the cables that came with the power supply, because they're really sturdy and I cannot really bend them. So if you're looking over here, you can see that the 24 pin is really up front, and it sits on the radiator, which isn't really nice. And for the 8 pin connectors for the graphics card, you can also see in here that they're stuck on this window, which is another thing I hate. But overall, I think that the setup turned out really great. I don't mind about having the cables turned out like that. Performance wise, functionality wise, everything works as I expected, so we got everything recognized. We have the 32 gigs of RAM, we have the new CPU, the i7-10700k, and one other thing that I didn't really like here is this. So I've been having a key for 8 years and I've been using it continuously on like 4 or 5 different setups, and it didn't have any problems, but somehow it looks like it decided to stop working on this new setup. Although I've deleted the Windows from my previous SSD because we got the AM.2 drive and it just doesn't want to work. Okay guys, so we are done with both of the setups, one for myself as an upgrade and one for the other PC that I prepared for my mother's birthday. Everything went okay. Of course, I've spent more time on my setup because there have been a couple of things that I had to do troubleshoot for, like the motherboard not being fully compatible with my 1 GHz modem, and it appears that it was all due to the way the motherboard sets up your settings in the Internet Advanced options, but everything got sorted out. Either way, I really enjoyed building these two PCs. It has taken quite some time. For my PC it took like 2 days. I'm not lying, it took like 6 or 8 hours to put everything together, and I did have to do a couple of adjustments in order to fit everything in, like rotating the pump of the AIO on the other side, because due to the AIO tubes, the pump was not fitting in normally. It was hitting right into the RAM, and I didn't want to damage anything in there. As you can see in here, it's pretty bright inside the case, and I really love that. Everything is synced in or async. But guys, let me know which setup you like more, my new setup or number 2, which is a new case that I've used for that setup. As for my case, I prefer to use the same, which is Corsair Carbide 540 Airflow. It's a really good case and I really love it. I've been using this for like 3 years. I might upgrade it in the future, but not for now because it does its job pretty well. might be looking towards a Lian Li case, because I really love how everything gets mounted from the I/O perspective on the side. As for how the PC works, I've been using it for 1 week and everything went smooth. I've been playing a couple of games like League of Legends, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and of course the new Genshin Impact. If you haven't played the game, check it out because it's really awesome and it's so populated and popular at the same time. If you're looking over YouTube, you'll find tons of tutorials and gameplay videos for this game. As for how good the PC runs compared to my previous setup, it's a huge difference, guys, because from a bottleneck calculator in between the i7-6700k and the RTX 2070 Super, there was a bottleneck of 30 or 40%, something like that. It was kind of dragging the graphics cards down, and now it seems that everything runs more smoothly. I've been looking into programs that kind of calculate your average frame rate per second, and from what I see in some of the games, I'm even gaining like 40 FPS, which is a lot. Either way, guys, that will be for today's video and for the first video on this channel. Hope you liked it. If you did, throw a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel and tap off the ring notification bell icon in order to stay up to date with everything that I'm uploading in here. I don't have a schedule yet, but stay tuned because more videos will come to the channel, and talk to you in the next one. Bye, guys.